Japanese dating etiquette, achieving dating success in Japan. So, my name is Stephen Frost. I am the founder of Marriage Matching here in Osaka, Japan. Dating etiquette is actually very important when it comes to dating in Japan. You would be surprised. So a lot of people, when they first come to Japan, they expect things to be pretty much as they would be in any westernized country or other developed country around the world. Reality is very different. For a start, actually meeting people, getting a date in the first place comes with a bunch of hurdles associated with it and a bunch of etiquette, which is important. Actually just going up to someone and asking them on a date, chatting to someone in a coffee shop or a bar randomly, very unlikely to bring any kind of success. Reason for that, again, this bounds back to Japanese culture and the whole basis of trust and reliability. People want to know that someone is reliable and trustworthy before they will even exchange contact information, let alone go on a first date. As a result, a lot of the dating that goes on in Japan, it happens via social connections, mutual friends, other associates. So when people have got some kind of common ground through people they know and people that they already trust, they then become aware that they can then trust you and likely you're a safe place to go on a date with. Even then though, there tends to be a period of very platonic type friendship before a date even can happen. So this then leads to another stark contrast with most westernized countries. Casual dating is very much a thing in a lot of places, and things tend to move very quickly, even though it's called casual dating in Western countries. People get physical very early on. In Japan, people have casual dating, but casual dating here is literally going out for coffee with someone. It is getting to know them as a friend and working out whether the kind of rapport and trust is there, even though you've got mutual connections, working out whether that trust and that harmony is there in order for dating to be viable. So realistically, people overseas, they're happy to go on dates and from that work out whether or not they get along and enjoy each other's company. In Japan, very differently, people want to know before they start dating about how well they get along and whether they're going to be a good match. And it's only if they perceive that there is a good match that they will actually then go out on a date. As a result of this, it brings into point other items of etiquette. Naturally, good behavior. You want to be kind, you want to be compassionate with whoever it is that you are potentially wanting to date or even dating for that matter. Because even though you have gone through those initial hurdles of getting to know someone and building up some kind of trust, building up a friendship and having them see you as potentially something else, the evaluation process never actually finishes. During dating, people want to see good behavior. They want to see consistency, reliability. This is how society works within Japan. It's consistent on the good behavior, good standing, good morals. With all of this, obviously, you've then got things, eating habits, those kind of things, they're very natural ones to be checking for. Learning to use chopsticks, learning to use hashi effectively, very, very wise, because then people can see you eat nicely, you understand the culture, you're actually assimilating with the culture. It's a very wise thing to do. Beyond that, other things. It is a very traditional conservative society. Men tend to treat the lady. Granted, there are differences. Younger people are splitting bills at times now, but depending on what generation, what age group you are within, you may find that if you are splitting bills or suggesting to split the bill, that could well be the last date that you go on. Men, and this is something that we always advise through marriage matching, when you go on a date, and this is even for people in their 20s, treat the lady. Be traditional, be conservative, treat the lady. It helps to increase rapport, and it shows that realistically you are going to be a good provider when it comes to having a family. You're going to be reliable on that kind of stance. And it's something that's looked for generally within etiquette and Japanese dating customs anyway. So those are very important points on that. When it comes to messaging, now a lot of people overseas, they're used to constantly messaging. Most people at work, even though they may have rules around having phones on their desk, if they're working in an office environment that is, they'll still keep their phone close by and they'll maybe check for messages and send messages. In Japan, phones are not permitted in workplaces, basically. There are places which will have lockers and you're expected to keep your phone in your locker. If you have your phone on your desk, or if you have it in your desk or in a bag by your desk, you could well get in trouble. And if your phone is beeping or something is happening with messages, or you're being compelled to check messages and send messages, you're likely going to end up with some kind of disciplinary action from a boss. So as a result, when it comes to dating in Japan and dating etiquette, refrain from messages during work time. Keep them to evenings, keep them to weekends. It keeps a flow of harmony and keeps things smooth, and it makes things a lot easier for both people. Granted, most of the dating that is going to be going on is going to be during weekends, so realistically you are going to be wanting to organise those during the week. Again, organisation, reliability, part of the etiquette that goes within the dating scene of Japan. Dates need to be organised in advance. Just going off the cuff saying, hey, you're around today at 4 o'clock, let's go for a coffee, it's generally not going to go down well with a partner, because they're likely to have plans, or if they feel that they're waiting around constantly to actually have a date with their partner, it's going to get uncomfortable for them and they're probably likely to move on fairly quickly. In Japan, with the way dating goes, that could well involve ghosting as well. Once someone has decided that they've had enough, they will just literally shut it off. They may send a message, say, yeah, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Or they may just close off and refuse to answer further messages. It's something that just has to be dealt with. So organising things, keeping clear communication flowing in the evenings and during times when you know your potential partner or partner is available to communicate, is the wise way to go. Obviously, if you're overseas, you want to be scheduling in video dates for times that you're both available, and again, that needs to be done in advance. So keep communication flowing, keep it with scheduling things in advance as far as possible, and keep all of that communication within times when you know that your partner is likely to be free from work and have time available as well, because it will just keep with a smooth flow and a smooth harmony, which helps to build rapport and build the feeling within the relationship. When it comes to other things, we do get questions about whether people should be offering to meet the parents to help advance the relationship. Well, while in Western countries that can be seen as a good thing, it's very casual, very easygoing. Yeah, meet the family, it's all very nice, everyone gets along, it's great. In Japan, if you are offering to meet the parents, you are essentially giving a proposal of marriage. It's that serious. So if a potential partner says, hey, do you want to come and meet my parents? What they're essentially saying is, we should be getting married. So you want to be looking out for those kind of things very carefully. Now, if you are out and about in the city or at some kind of event and you meet them almost by accident kind of thing, or in passing, it becomes a bit of a different matter. And certainly having a chat with them, take the lead from your partner on this one. You need to be very, very careful and very mindful of how they react to different situations. But if they are showing a good reaction to you meeting them casually in public, just in passing, then fine, go with that. But again, you want to be very, very careful and make sure that you're never overstepping any bounds. And you will need to look for the nuanced communication and indirect cues on this kind of thing. Behavioural shifts and any kind of look of discomfort on your partner when it comes to that kind of activity. But the same can be said for all of your other interactions, dates and communications. Japanese people generally use very indirect communication. A lot of nuance is there. So for a lot of people that come from countries where direct communication is the norm, people say what they mean and they don't mince words, communication can be challenged in Japan. So you need to start getting good with nuanced communication, indirect communication, understanding the non-verbal cues as well. That is, again, part of Japanese dating etiquette. People do things indirectly. Part of it is looking to remove any chance for offense and any kind of discomfort. Other parts of it, it's just how they naturally are. It's how people have been here through hundreds and thousands of years of society. So indirect communication, get good with it. In terms of other things, and this will also then kind of get shows where it comes to non-verbal cues and all that kind of thing, public displays of affection. In Japan, things are very different when it comes to this. Whilst in most westernized countries, kissing in public is generally a very usual thing for people to do. Holding hands, again, very usual. Hugging, very usual. In Japan, those kind of things are rather rare. Kissing in public is virtually taboo. You can cause a huge amount of discomfort to a potential partner by actually going in for a kiss when you're in a public place. It's pretty much a no-no, especially early on in dates. Kissing is something that is generally reserved for people who are in a very serious committed relationship or are even married. And even then, people in those situations, very, very rare for them to actually kiss in public. It's just a no-no here. Hugging, again, you will not see that in public. It's exceptionally rare. And realistically, you should be avoiding it unless there is a lead from your partner on that perspective. Holding hands during the first few dates, you probably want to refrain from that. You may want to reach out and brush with your potential partner's hand, or maybe just sneak a very quick little touch with their hand, but it's a glancing thing. Holding hands, again, in Japan, it's a sign of commitment. So realistically for that, you're looking after potentially the third date when something like the kokuhaku, the traditional Japanese love confession, has been done. So it's only when things are starting to get more certain in terms of dating that you can even look to start holding hands. And it's only when things are really getting committed that you should actually be looking for a first kiss, depending on the feedback you get from your partner. So there is a lot to consider within there. It generally revolves around all of the good manners and Japanese culture that are wise to be aware of. Learning the Japanese language, or at least making a semblance of learning the Japanese language and speaking some Japanese here and there with your partner, is generally seen as a good idea as well. Partly because of etiquette, partly because it shows willing and will help to improve the relationship. That is Japanese dating etiquette in a nutshell. Following those things will definitely help you towards achieving dating success in Japan. There is quite a bit more to go. The depth of Japanese culture is quite immense, and the depth of Japanese dating etiquette actually flows through with that as well. So there is a lot to learn. But generally, be kind, be nice, be compassionate, watch your behavior, be more conservative, and take the lead from your partner in terms of their non-verbal cues and anything that they are saying and giving in feedback. It will definitely help you with achieving dating success in Japan. My name is Stephen Frost. I'm the founder of Marriage Matching, and this has been a video to help you in understanding Japanese dating etiquette and achieving dating success in Japan. Thank you.